Alright guys, DJ, the Guildmaster with Swollen Gamers Guild, back with another battle report of Team Yankee, 105 points with Greg.
What's up, guys?
Alright, so today, me and Greg's playing 105 point mission. We're gearing up for a tournament we're trying to organize coming up here next month in September. Mission we're going to play today is Spear Point. Pretty simple. I am the defender, Greg's the attacker. So my force consists of two formations. One Marine M60 formation has two groups of 4 tanks, 1 command, and a set of tows, the Humvee armed tows. The next formation is my National Guard Mech formation. So basically I have 3 mech platoons at full strength, one of which has the extra dragon. Then I also have a command, obviously, a set of mortars, and for the other tank slot, I have a set of 3 M1A1 IPs, just to deal with that heavier armor. In actual formation support, I have a set of 4 Val 136s, a set of A10s, brought them back out today to play with, and my FO. This comes out to 105 points. We're going to go ahead and we'll see what Greg has. Go ahead. Yep.
We're still using my Breakthrough Battalion, the one that comes in the box. 6 T-64s,
Okay.
T-80s with an HQ, and 2 BIM 3s.
Okay.
I'm using a motor rifle battalion, some BIMP 1s, 9 BIMP 1s.
Oh wow, that's a lot of infantry.
That is, with a SA Gremlin BIMP with it.
Okay.
My BIMP HQ.
Okay.
3 Spandrels.
Alright.
5 BIMP 2s.
Okay.
With another Gremlin SA.
Okay.
Some anti-air.
So those are what, not gophers, those are...
Gaskins.
Gaskins?
Gaskins. And we're going to try some artillery today I picked up.
There we go. So
some Hurricanes and a BIMP 1 OP.
Ooh, Hurricanes, those are nice. Those are actually really big models, too.
They're a lot bigger than I thought they were.
Nice. My Iraqis, I can run Hurricanes, or I can run Hails. I'd love to run a Hurricane. So going on to our board, guys, we set up like an similar Autobahn. It's funny, we didn't know the mission we were going to roll, so I set the road going widthways of the board, but basically we have like a blown out farmhouse from previous war, probably some trees, house with a garage, another big garage with a little like shed, workshop, oil barrel, convenience store, gas station, oil barrel, fast food place, some more trees, and a whole bunch of crop fields off to the side. I placed an objective in this building and over here. Greg placed one of his objectives in the center of my giant deployment area here, and he placed his other objective here amongst the trees. It's going to be random time of day of the attacker. His reinforcements come from this side over here. My reinforcements come from this table edge or these 2 table edges. We're going to go up in his setup, figure out what we want to put in reserve, and we'll be right back, guys. Alright guys, we're done. My deployment, I placed a mech platoon in these transports here to push forward, supported by a set of M60s. I placed 1 platoon on the objective, dug in along the concrete barriers. Command's down here. Their transports are here. We're going to push up, throw some pressure. This unit of mech or heavy infantry in it, they're going to go ahead and go over here to secure this objective. My FO is here. He's probably going to try to drive that way. My toes, because the count is moving, they're going to move. And my ambush unit's going to be my set of Abrams. What I have in reserve is, because I count as shooting first turn, I can't fire bombardments. Command M60 with the set of 4. My mortars, my set of Val 136s, and my 2 A10s, which I do know that I'm going to have to roll for reserve and then roll to see if they come in whenever it comes time. So That might help me. It might hurt me in this match. Greg, go over and your deployment over here, buddy.
All right, I put my Hurricanes in the trees.
Okay.
With the bimp OP.
Okay.
I brought some T80 love for you.
Oh, that'd be hard for me to deal with.
My bimp 1 company.
Okay.
And my bimp 2 company.
Okay.
And everybody's in their transports.
Okay. And there's all infantry. Now, what's in your reserve, Greg, over here?
In my reserves, I'm going to have Spandrels.
Okay.
Bimp 3s, T-64s, and the Gaskins.
Okay. Because you have anti-aircraft on the field already with your Gaskin, no, them teams, them SA-7 teams.
Yeah, the Gremlins.
The Gremlin teams. So you have that going for you. The attacker goes first. Greg picked time of day, daytime. We're going to go ahead and go into first turn. We'll see how this is. All the objectives are live according to this mission. So if you're holding them at the end, that counts the victory. Alright guys, we're going to be right back after turn one. Turn one Americans. Okay, so my American first turn, this mech platoon, they cross-countryed over in here. That guy moved up. But because of it being tall terrain, he can't enter. Technically, he couldn't enter into the wheat field as far as I'm concerned. So he's like stuck there, the FO. These guys road dashed up here, getting a better spot later. These guys held fast. These moved forward, fired 50 cals, did nothing. Oh, I missed an opportunity shot. Oh, whatever. These guys here, they moved up. Infantry vehicles moved up here, fired 50 cals at the infantry, missed. These guys fired, and because of my horrible dice rolling and them guys being gone to the ground, I only hit 2 and blew up 2 with 8 shots. Now these are the Marine ones, they have accuracy, but I was within 16, so I didn't take the -1 on top of. But that was the American turn 1, guys. Yeah, not looking too good so far, but we're going to put pressure on Greg. We're going on to Greg's turn 1 Soviets. Alright, so Soviet turn 1. Greg, tell us what you did maneuver-wise and what all happened. You did get some success over here.
A little bit, not much. The artillery came up and whiffed on 3 tries.
Yeah.
My T-80 shot.
Knocked out an M60.
An M60.
They shot my FO, one of them did, and missed. Because of me being hyper-aggressive, you couldn't use your Sager missiles, really.
No.
So I forced you to move around a little bit, and then you bailed out my 113s with your main gun. And then what'd you do? You jumped your infantry out over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the Bib 2s couldn't see because the infantry's there. So.
Yeah. If the infantry are stationary, you could shoot over them. Right. But since they came out,
right,
they were not able to actually shoot over them right now.
And they're probably gonna get shot up to pieces your turn.
We're gonna try. I have to try to play a little bit really aggressive against you because of the objectives.
Right.
Going on American turn 2. I'm still going to hold off on my ambush unit. I don't roll for reserves yet either. So we're going to do some skill checks and some maneuver and see what we can do. We'll be back after American turn 2. Alright, so I did a couple things I don't normally do. These guys bailed out of the transports. Next turn we're going to try to dig in. Transports are moving over this way to swing around and give some support over there. FO moved in. My toes moved up into the woods or the crop field to get some more concealment. Start firing their toes. These guys had 1 shot, missed. There's a little thread needle over here. These guys stayed in place, fired 50 cals, and just decimated this infantry. Knocked out 4 bases. M60s moved over here. Fired at the BIM 2s, and what did I roll, Greg?
Bunch of 1s and 2s.
All 1s and 2s. This guy managed to, but I had him turn to fire into the side of the T-80s. Actually caught the lead one, knocked him out. I would have tried to turn all my forces that way, but it's a little bit tight with my infantry there, so I couldn't get good shots. These infantry bailed out. The one thing that I normally do, well, except for that 113 didn't bail back in, I left the dragons in to use the optional dragon mount so they can fire, which one did have a chance to fire and missed. all 4 bases with their laws. Now they're slow firing, but I'd be hitting Greg on 4s. All missed. All 4 law shots into the bimp ones missed. And that's really it for my turn. Yeah, only thing I really did was knock out a T-80, which is still pretty big for me, and knock out some RPGs and infantry. Going on to Soviet turn 2, Greg. Let's see what happens.
Right.
Right, this is a pretty wild turn for the Soviets. Okay, Greg, go ahead, walk us through. We're going to do some road construction while we're here today. Greg, walk us through what happened over here. Like, you moved around, did a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Start off with my BIMP 2s.
Okay.
They managed to take out a couple of your transports.
Yeah, you knocked out one 1113, and you bailed the other 3 out.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stop that 30 Mike to the front, guys. And then you knocked out 2 more transports over here. Both the infantry survived, including the 1 brutal shot with the re-roll.
Which, that was surprising.
You missed my M60s with the couple of Sager and Spandrel shots you did have.
Right.
And then we forgot to roll turn 1 for your reserves, so we just gave you a unit.
That's fine.
And you brought on from reserves your Spandrels and your T-64s. Ugh. You moved your FO to get in a better position, and you used your unit commander to range in.
Right.
Which you did range in, by the way. And you knocked out. You did knock out 1 dragon base.
Right. Better than nothing.
Yeah. And then that was pretty. Oh, you machine guns from here knocked out a base of infantry here.
Correct.
So going on to American turn 3, I can finally roll for reserves. I think might be now time I spring my ambush before it gets too dangerous. All right, guys, we'll be back after American turn 3. Wow, so that was out of control. Greg's you're definitely getting better at positioning your tanks.
Thanks.
Because when my ambush unit came in, I probably should have came in a turn earlier. Because of how his vehicles are facing with armor, I only have front shots, and these are only the IPs. So his front armor's 20. I can't hurt him, so I had no shots. But they are on the board now for next turn. Over here, 2 of them guys got back in, thankfully. Oh, I got to fire 50 cows. I got to let me fire 4 shots into your infantry, Greg. Needing 4s. Just 1. I'm going to put it on the gasket unit.
Alright.
So you fail it?
Right.
Okay, so he died. You want to bounce it to somebody else? On a 3-up?
No.
You sure?
Yeah, I don't care. I'll take out the gremlin.
Okay. So then, I did a lot of bailing out, though. So this guy ended up staying in place, fired, knocked out, or bailed up the middle T-80. This guy fired over debris, knocked out that T-80. He fired, knocked out a BIMP 2 and bailed 1. You should see what these guys just did, which is knock out a gremlin. Over here, they guys failed their remount, so the infantry got left behind. 1 fired a dragon over here. Another one fired his dragon because he didn't move, did nothing. All the laws, though, actually hit and bailed out 3 BIMP 1s. These guys fired their dragons, actually bailed out a middle spandrel. Over here, I thought my toes were going to have a great shot. They had a great shot in his commander right in his side. Hit him both times on 4s. And you rolled boxcars. Because of that Charbon armor gives you 6 or 16. And then it's only anti-tank 21. I didn't take the upgrade ones.
Right.
So he stopped both rounds, which is pretty impressive. These guys failed to dig in. 113s just moved up in the crop field to start moving over this way to give pressure. Greg got some bail back ins and some unpinning checks to go on here. And then that'll be pretty big here if he fails that bail back in.
Right.
I rolled for reserves. Nothing came in, obviously. Going on to turn 3, Greg, you have 2 units left in reserve.
Right.
Go ahead and one's coming in automatically, so just roll 3 dice.
3 dice?
Yep, because you need 5s.
Right.
Looks like the rest of your stuff's coming in.
Alright.
So we'll be back after Soviet, turn 3. Alright, so you notice we're staying over here a lot. There's where a lot of the action is. Greg, walk us through your turn, and the rest of your reserves came on, which was, that was what, your BIMP 3s?
BIMP 3s and the Gaskins.
Okay, your Gaskins. So walk us through what's all happening. All kinds of stuff's going on.
All kinds of stuff's going on. I went and I salted up here.
Okay, we'll go over that last because that was pretty epic.
Okay.
But as folks can see, all your infantry just came out.
Yeah.
To help do a push. Your T-80 stayed in place.
Right.
They fired over here at my Abrams and missed. You pushed your T-64s up.
Right.
They fired a shot over here, bailed out a 113.
Right.
Gaskins moved up to get a better position on my Abrams. That guy failed to get back in. Everyone else made their bail-ins. You ranged in over here. You re-ranged in to catch part of the Abrams and my command. Now, this assault over here. These guys, you neglected not to assault just because of not too many bases actually being assault.
Right.
You assaulted my M60s. I got some defensive fire from these guys. Defensive fire from my 113 left. And both M60 tanks. He was just out to really give any fire support. You had 4 bases. I hit you 8 times.
8.
Which stopped the assault. However, then you rolled how many saves?
7.
Yeah, so only 1 base died, and they had to fall back, which was really dangerous because if them guys would have died, the rest of your BIMP 2s are gone. So it's a little bit dangerous right there right now. So I think I'm going to be targeting those infantry. Yeah, I really put you in a predicament pushing my guys in your face like that. It's kind of slowing you down.
Right.
Although I think this will be the last turn that'll stop that wave from coming over here.
Right.
And I need some more reserves to come in. So I got some bail-in. I got a bail-in to do, some unpinning checks to do, another bail-in, and see more reserves coming in. All right, guys, we'll be back after American turn 4.
Turn 4.
All right, not very good American turn. These guys moved up. He failed to bail in. I didn't want to move in range in front of my toes just yet. Fired 2 toes, missed the T-64s. These guys did dig in this turn. I did get 1 unit for reserve, so I brought my 4 M60s. They kind of terrain dash from the corner up. Over here, these guys kind of fired, did nothing. My Abrams, because of the wrecks in the way, I actually only caught 1 T-64 from the side and knocked it out. The other ones kind of missed. These guys failed their pin, so they're they're unpinning, so they're kind of stuck. They did fire their machine guns rate of fire and knocked the base out. These guys kind of moved up to try to knock the infantry out. I hit them, I pinned them, but they all made their saves. He still fired his 2 shots after he moved, knocked out the last T-80 and the 3-man group. This guy failed to get back in. He fired his 50 cal, kind of did nothing. Not a whole lot for the Americans right now. Fired some dragons, 3 dragon shots, missed completely. Yeah, I think Greg's going to push through this turn. We'll see what happens. I still have 4 units in reserve right now. Ugh. Okay, Greg, going on to Soviet turn 4, buddy.
All right.
Oh wow, the carnage. So
What?
So you pushed your T-80 up here, Greg.
Right.
He engaged my reinforcements and knocked out a M60. Your T-64s moved over here, knocked out a 113.
Right.
They fired down this way, the ones that could, and did nothing to these guys.
Correct.
Your Spandrels fired, did nothing. Your Hales, however, re-ranged hit over here, actually bailed out a Abrams.
I'll take that.
And then over here, you knocked out another 113, bailed that one. You pinned my infantry, but then you assaulted. These guys failed their counterattack, fell back.
Right.
These guys, the defensive fire, did nothing over here. These guys, actually, you knocked out a tank with your RPG-18.
Surprisingly.
And I failed my counterattack, and I had to fall back. So the Soviets are routing the Americans on this side. They're pushing us. So this is what this is turn 6.
6.
So I get to roll 3 dice and I get one pity reserve. See if it helps me or not. I need them to come in over here. If not, this giant Soviet horde is going to push through onto this objective. All right, guys. We'll be back with American turn 6. Okay, a lot of great stuff for the American turn. So I had my Val 136s came in. Fortunately, they came in over here, so they're driving through the crop field. My A10s come in, which I'll go over in a second. 113s moved up. This guy failed to bail in. Fired her 50 cows first and bailed out a spandrel. The toes targeted this guy and missed. Over here, my Abrams moved up and just started throwing rounds. So the one guy turned and knocked out the T-80 commander. The rest of them shredded like 3 T-64s and bailed out one. Infantry kind of rallied, fired, did nothing. M60s kind of moved back, fired, did nothing really. Just trying to like stop that massive horde. M60s moved up, fired over here, kind of did nothing. Now the A10s came in. I'm going to do some sound bites. They came in like this. And Greg shot one out of the sky with his Gaskins. But then I actually knocked out all 3 hails with my last.
Yep,
the last game, the Hurricanes.
Hurricanes bit the dust.
So then, and that, at least the A10s kind of paid for themselves.
Right, absolutely.
You did knock one out though, but I was going to drop the submunitions over here in this big cluster, but I figured knocking out those hails is way more important for them infantry over there right now. Going on to turn 6 Soviets. You have a lot of stuff to bail in and do right now, Greg.
Right.
You might have one formation to check as well. We'll be back after this. Okay, so Greg, go over your turn, buddy. What happened this turn?
It was pretty short and sweet.
Yeah.
I just did a couple assaults over here. I got rid of one of your.
You killed a lot of my guys with shooting, but then you failed your assault. My last M60 actually gunned down the unit that you assaulted with. Because all your stuff was out of range, correct?
Correct.
And then what else did you end up doing this turn?
The BIMP 3 shot. Nothing really happened.
You did knock out another M60.
True. Yeah.
You can move these BIMP 2s over here. Then what, you shot over here, correct?
Yeah, but I whiffed.
Okay. So that's pretty much it. It's going on to turn 7. I still have 2 units in reserve, and I have my strike aircraft I can start rolling for again. I have some bail-ins and some leaderships. We'll be back. Pretty decent American turn 7. So the rest of my reserves came in. My 113s came in over there for my mortars, so I dashed them over here. This M60, he moved up from over here. These guys moved up. They fired and bailed out 1 T-64. Toes finally knocked out 2 T-64s. My 113s combined with my Vals, who just got within range, actually knocked out 2 spandrels, bailed 1. This tank moved up, knocked out 1 BIMP. He passed his leadership. The M60s kind of reversed back, started firing main gun rounds, missed the BIMPs, but did knock out 1 base of RPG-7s. And then my 2 other Dragons missed. This Dragon actually hit and knocked out a BIMP 2 in this little choke point, so kind of stops him from going in that way. And my A-10s failed to come in. I think that's about it this turn.
Yeah.
Going on to Soviet turn 7. You have a remount over there and a leadership if it fails his remount, but we'll be right back after that. Alright, so that was Soviet turn 7. You did a lot, Greg. Go ahead, walk us through what happened, buddy.
Yeah. I ended up assaulting this tank, killed it.
You first bailed him out with your RPG-18, and then you assaulted and blew him up. You failed your cross-check here.
Right.
Then you kind of started moving everybody up.
Yeah, I'm just trying to move some guys around.
Oh, you had a sniper shot, and you knocked out one of the valves.
Yeah, the stabber.
Your two T-64s, the one remounted, fired down here, missed my Abrams.
Right, by a mile.
What else that went on? You just basically move stuff forward.
Yeah.
You're putting a pressure on me. We'll have to see how many turns this goes to.
Right.
I think it just goes to a formation, to either an army breaks or someone gets the objective.
Okay.
So, that would be the bomb on turn 7. We're gonna go ahead and check this out on the rules and see if this game ends or not. So, some stuff happened. A-10s failed to come back in. The mortar stayed in place, ranged in, and pinned these guys. Actually killed one base. Valves moved up, bailed out one BIMP. The toes bailed out a BIMP. Over here, M60s fired, actually knocked out the lead T-64. This Abrams fired down the road, missed them both. This Abrams fired, knocked out the back BIMP. And this guy with the infantry lit up these guys and killed, I think, what, 2 bases, Greg?
2 bases, yeah.
I think that was everything. Oh, this command tank moved up to support these guys.
Right.
These two 113s moved up amongst all this wreckage and being aggressive. Shot and did nothing to these infantry. We read the rules. It goes until someone captures an objective or someone dies. And the only one really in position to capture objectives really is Greg. I'm kind of on the back foot right now, even though I stalled his assault. Going on to bottom of turn 8, Soviets.
All right.
All right, buddy. We'll see what happens. Greg, let's go over what happened. I helped you out a little bit with your missile firing because there's so much going on this board.
Not a whole lot.
Well, you did knock out an Abrams with your T-64 firing at the back, and I couldn't bounce the shot. I stopped your infantry assault. You actually did make it in there, but
right.
I passed my counterattack and killed a base, which ended the assault. So I ended up killing, 4 bases?
4 bases.
Over here, you hit these guys, but I actually made my armor save from the stabbers. Fired some shots. You did knock out a 113, which that unit's going to have to take a leadership. You did knock out my command, 113. My guy fell out and luckily made his saves. This is going on at turn 9. Greg's one formation is close to breaking, but his infantry formation is still pretty strong. My stuff, I have a lot going on where I'm still pretty healthy for formation supports. All right, we're going to go on to, was it turn 8?
Turn 8.
All right, we'll be back. All right, so some American stuff. I rearranged in my mortars deeper into the very edge of my range. Just pinned the infantry again. What was left of these guys, I shot with my machine guns. The Abrams knocked out the last 2 BIMP 3s. M60s knocked out the T-64, effectively destroying that formation. These infantry from that BIMP 5, BIMP 2 unit are been destroyed, so they're going to run away come this turn because they're just their transports.
Right.
Otherwise, moving up, the 113s failed their leadership and ran. M60s, like I said, moved up. These guys all stayed in place. I did knock out one more BIMP with the valves. Just there's so much wreckage in the way. I need 4s, and then just because of distance, I only knocked out 1. That's about it. Greg's infantry formation is technically still in good spirits because the Gaskins are still there.
Right.
You have 1 full BIM company, or what's left of them, still there. FO doesn't count. Yeah, so technically you have 2 units of good spirits still, Greg.
Right.
Going on the bottom of turn 9, you want to go on to the 9 and see what happens, or you want to go ahead and... I don't want to call it for you. You still have stuff. You can still do things.
We'll go.
Okay, we'll go on.
I'll take my turn, yeah.
Okay, we'll go on to the bottom of turn 9 and see what happens.
What do you think?
Tell us what happened, Greg. There really wasn't much that went on. Just carnage everywhere.
Right. I just moved some bimps up.
Okay.
Just trying to get, excuse me, a shot at your tank.
You plus 2. You blocked me from trying to drive my Abrams around through that gap to the objective.
Right.
So that kind of stops that. Over here, you just moved your infantry and bimps over here. You had a couple stabber or sagger shots at my M60s and missed. It's kind of really much it.
Yeah.
You do have 3 units in good spirits left.
Still, so. The only reason I moved the infantry is to try to get out of the range.
Right, you're going to force me to keep moving because that is the mortar. It's the smaller template. Okay. I guess we'll go on to turn 10. See if I can't hopefully wrap it up. The one thing me and Greg talked about, the concrete barriers along the highway, they're really cool, but because of the way the mission was rolled, you just can't drive through them. You know what I mean? Like I think we considered them impassable. So
right.
I think maybe next time we'll have it to where like you can drive over them. Maybe.
You should be able to.
And then if you do crossover, like you have to lay it down.
I don't see why you couldn't take a crossover to begin with.
Yeah, like I think you can normally, but we just called them impassable at the very beginning.
Right.
I think what we'll do for maybe a store rule is if you cross over it, you just bust a section of it out.
Right.
Which would be kind of cool. All right, we'll go into my turn 10. See if we can't hopefully wrap it up. Okay, so that I pretty much let everyone stay in place. Some stuff moved up. The Abrams infantry moved out of the way. The Abrams moved around. He knocked out the last 2 bimps. His commander survived. These last 2 bimps were also destroyed from the M60s firing through all this burning smoke and wreckage. And then re-ranged in, pinned them guys.
Right.
The valves opened up, but they're at the limit of their range, and only killed 2 bases that they could actually reach. So that unit needs a leadership check, and if they break,
I think that's it.
You'll still have your command,
right,
and you'll have the Gaskins, but that'll be literally all you have left,
right.
Greg. So you want to go ahead and roll their leadership now? They're still good.
We could call it. I mean,
it's up to you, buddy. Like,
yeah, we'll call it. Yeah, I mean, there's stuff. I mean, my Gaskins can't do anything, and that one bimp's not gonna.
Yeah, your command squad's not gonna do much against these Abrams. These guys aren't gonna do much against anything.
Right.
So I'm just gonna roll through finally. It was pretty impressive that your army didn't break earlier.
I was surprised, actually.
My A-10 still didn't come in. That's usually how aircraft go. They come in once, get killed,
right.
Never come back, or they come in, do one thing, and then never come back. That's the game.
It was fun.
I would have won. I think if they scored tournament-wise, I didn't take an objective. It's just breaking your formation.
Right.
That was a really good game, Greg. I did take the training wheels off, so like you did really good.
Yeah. I
Not saying I'm an amazing player at all, but like I wasn't really helping you make your turns and stuff.
No.
What did you think of this mission?
You're so caught off the back foot. I mean, you were right there.
I think that's the only reason that I actually did so well, because you could have steamrolled me. I ran up into your front so fast, it got within your Sager range over here, so you couldn't like hit my tanks with your missiles, and my front was immune to your guns.
Right.
And I kind of forced you to pop your infantry out way earlier than you wanted to.
Definitely.
And then your T-80s were hard to deal with, but like I was able to start whittling them down through side shots.
Right.
I think I should have probably popped my ambushers one turn earlier, but they did a good job. This is actually this was a throw together list. It's actually not a bad list, I feel.
No, it's not.
The Abrams really are really survivable, and they're kind of imposing on the field. They're like the IP Abrams, so it's not too awful bad. Other than that was a good game, Greg.
Yeah, it was. It was fun.
If you guys see anything, I'm glad. If you guys see anything we're doing wrong, just let us know in the comments. Any suggestions even for army compositions? I'm building my Iraqis right now, and I have another army in the works that I'm going to probably ally into my Americans. But until next time, guys, This is DJ the Guildmaster with
Samurai Greg.
And we will see you guys next time.
All right, sounds good.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Oh no, you don't even